Hey there guys, today we're going to continue talking about equivalent fractions, but today our strategy for equivalent fractions is going to be using a number line to compare those fractions to see if they are equivalent. So let's go ahead and dive right in. If I gave you the fraction 1/2 and I said, how many fourths is that equivalent to? We can use what we have learned already about number lines to help us determine how many fourths it would take to be equivalent to 1/2. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a number line to represent 1/2. So I'm going to start and make sure I have an end point and a beginning point. And for my beginning point, I'm going to start at 0. And my end point, I'm going to start at 1 whole. Because if we remember what that actually looks like as a model, I'm going to make a small model up here above it just to help us out. We know that 1/2 would be a model. And in that 1/2, we would shade it in halfway, or one out of the two parts. And it would look just like this. So if I were going to draw me a number line, I know it would start at 0, it would end at 1 to show the whole, but then I would put that tick mark right here in the middle. Change that to our blue color so it's the same. Our tick mark would be right there in the middle. So that way we can know that this is the same as 0/2. And then if we hopped, we would have 1/2. And if we hopped again, we would have 1 whole, which is the same as 2/2. Well, we're trying to figure out if I was at 1/2 right here, how many fourths would that actually be? So again, I know I can use what I've learned and I can draw another number line. I want to start it at the same spot and end it at the same spot. And I know it's going to start and end. And when it starts, it's going to be at 0. And when it ends, it's going to be at 1 whole. But this time, my denominator's 4. So I know that I need 4 parts. Remember, that doesn't mean I draw 4 little lines. That means I take this line and I cut it into 4 equal parts. So if I had to, I could draw my model and I could put it, I'm going to put it down below this time so I have a little bit more room. And I could go ahead and I could split it into 4 parts. And I can use those 4 parts to decide where would I draw my tick marks here. That would be 1 because it lines up, 2, 3, and so I know now that I have 1 part, 2 parts, 3 parts, 4 parts, just like my model does. So what I want to try to figure out now is, from here to here on my number line, we said matched up with our model, and that was 1/2. So I need to know how many fourths that is. So the first thing I want to do is I want to label. So this would be 0 fourths. And then I would have 1 hop, so I'd have 1 fourth. And then another hop would be 2 fourths. And then 3 fourths. Sorry for my messy writing. And then 4 fourths. So how many fourths would it take until I had the same amount or same distance shaded in? So if I just went 1 hop from 0 fourths to 1 fourth, that does not match up. So let me make another hop. Oh, look at that. This goes from here. I'm going to pick another color just so we can really show. They both started right here and they're both ending right here. So what that is telling me is that 2 fourths right here is equivalent to 1/2 because on my number line, 1/2 and 2 fourths are showing me the same thing. And if I were to shade in 1 fourth, 2 fourths, Ooh, got a little messy there, sorry. I can tell on my model that this is also showing me 2/4. So those all line up and they're all the same. So now I know that 1/2 is equivalent to 2/4 because my number lines show me here that 1/2 is equivalent to 2/4. Okay, I think we're going to try another one. All right, let's go ahead and clear all my drawings off. What if this time I said I had 6/8 and I wanted to know how many fourths could that be? All right, so the first thing that I want to do is I want to draw a number line to show 6/8. Draw my hole because it's starting at 0 and ending at 1 because I don't have all the parts to make the hole. And I know that my denominator is 8, so I want to make sure that I have 8 spaces on here. Well, for Miss Meyer, it's a little hard. I'm going to draw a model because I'm really not good at that. If you're good at it, then you go for it. But I'm going to chop my model. There's 2 parts. So if I go 1, 2, 3, I got 1, 2, 3, 4 parts, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if I come down here, I can make my tick marks go right below. 1, 2 hops, 3 hops, 4 hops, 5 hops, 6 hops, 7 hops, 8 hops. Okay, and I did say that I was going to have 6/8. So if I were to shade in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that's what my model would look like. So if I went 1 hop, 2 hops, 3 hops, 4 hops, 5 hops, 6 hops, that means that I would want to have my representation of 6/8 right here. Let's see if that makes sense. That would be 1/8, 2/8, 3/8, 4/8, 5/8, 6/8, 7/8, and then we know we'd have 8/8. All right, so we have our 8s right here. Now I want to make a number line that's going to show me 4. So I'm going to start my number line at the same spot because remember, our lines have to represent the same whole. It's going to have a beginning and an end. And I know it's going to start at 0 and it's going to end at 1. But to help me break it into fourths, I'm going to put my model right underneath. That's not what I wanted. I'm going to put my model right underneath. And I'm going to chop them into 4 parts. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1 part, 2 part, 3 parts, 4 parts. So now I can put my lines up here. Again, trying to be as accurate as I can. And I know that I can label this 1/4, 2/4, 3/4. And this, of course, would be 4/4 or 1 whole. And starting would be 0/4. But I have to figure out how far or how many hops it would take until it's lined up here. So if I just went 1 hop, that's definitely not the same because remember, we were trying to figure out if this is here, where is that going to line up? So 1 hop didn't get me there. 2 hops didn't get me there. Oh, 3 hops has it right on. So if I were to go 3 out of the 4, or 3/4, I can see that 6/8 and 3/4 are showing me the same amount. That means that 6/8 is equivalent to 3/4. Okay, now I'm going to have you try it. On your next part, you're going to have 2 number lines for each problem. And you are going to try to model the first number line. And after you model the first number line, you're going to figure out what is the equivalent fraction on the second number line. Good luck!